20 plants with hidden healing powers. Dona Maria woke up with a headache that felt like a hammer hitting the inside of her skull. She grumbled, reached for the medicine in the drawer, but stopped. Is there no other way? He thought. That same day, his granddaughter, Lucia, arrived with a bag full of leaves and a smile on her face. "Grandma, today I'm going to teach you something incredible," said Lucia, taking a handful of mint from the bag. "These little plants here can help you much more than you imagine." Dona Maria frowned. "Mint? I only use it to make tea when I have a stomach ache." "Yes, Grandma, but she does much more. And it's not just mint. There are a lot of plants out there that we don't even know can cure." Dona Maria sat in the rocking chair, curious. "Okay, tell me. But it doesn't come with anything complicated." "Huh?" Lucia laughed and began to explain, while taking the plants out of the bag. 1. Mint. This one, Grandma, is the mint. In addition to helping with digestion, it relieves headaches, like yours. Just crush a few leaves, place them on a damp cloth and place them on your forehead. It's also great for when we have the flu, because it opens the nose. Dona Maria took a leaf and smelled it. It smells good. And I thought it was only used to season meat. 2. Rosemary. Lucia picked up a sprig of rosemary. This one is powerful. If you're tired, make tea with it. Gives energy. And if you wash your hair with rosemary, it grows stronger. Do you swear? Dona Maria ran her hand through her grey hair. I'll try it. 3. Aloe vera. Aloe vera, that's the aloe. If you burn yourself on the stove, cut a leaf and apply the gel. Heal quickly. It is also good for dry skin. Wow, I always threw it away when I saw it in the neighbor's yard. 4. Chamomile. Chamomile everyone knows, right? But did you know that it also calms anxiety? If you can't sleep, drink some tea before going to bed. I take it when I have a stomach ache, but I didn't know that. 5. Boldo. Boldo is the king of hangovers. If someone overdoes the kachaka, they make Boldo tea which improves immediately. Dona Maria laughed. Your grandfather will need to know this. 6. Aruda. Aruda is strong, Grandma. But you have to use it carefully. It wards off the evil eye and helps with earaches. You just can't drink tea, because it's toxic. So how do you use it? Put a twig behind your ear or take a bath. 7. Lemon balm. This one is great for nervous people. If you're stressed, make some tea and drink it slowly. I'm so stressed about the noise from the neighbors. 8. Calendula. Calendula is that little orange flower. If you have a wound, make an ointment with it. Heal quickly. I've never seen it here. I plant it in the backyard. Then I'll give you some seedlings. 9. Losna. Wormwood is bitter, but it's good for worms. If someone has a stomach ache because of worms, they drink tea. Wow, how disgusting. 10. Basil. Basil isn't just for pizza, no. It helps with coughs and even sadness. If you're feeling a bit down, smell the leaves. I like the smell, but I didn't know that. 11. Guaco. Guaco is good for bad coughs. If you have bronchitis, make a syrup with it. My grandson keeps coughing. 12. Arnica. Arnica is famous for hitting. If you bump your knee, apply arnica ointment to help reduce swelling. I have an ointment like that in the cupboard. 13. Lemongrass. Lemongrass is great for high blood pressure. Make some tea and drink it every day. I have high blood pressure. Then let's do it now. 14. Dandelion. Dandelion looks like weeds, but it's good for the liver. If you eat too much fat, it helps you cleanse. I love barbecue. 15. Sage. Sage is good for the throat. If you are hoarse, gargle with sage tea. I talk too much, I live hoarse. 16. Mauve. Mallow is good for inflammation. If you have a sore throat, make some tea and drink it. Same as sage. More or less, but mauve is softer. 17. Nettle. Nettles burn, but they're good for the kidneys. If you have kidney stones, make some tea. Wow, I know that one. I've already burned myself on it. 18. Comfrey. Comfrey is good for bones. If you break a bone, make a compress with the leaves. I never broke anything, thank God. 19. Ginger. Ginger is good for nausea. If you are in a car and feel unwell, suck a little piece. I get sick easily. 20. Lavender. Lavender is calming. If you are agitated, smell a lavender sachet. I need this. Dona Maria was impressed. I never imagined there were so many good things in the backyard. Lucia smiled. And the best thing is that we don't even need to spend money. Just plant and care. Then teach me how to plant all this. Of course, Grandma. Let's start right now. And so, between laughter and cups of tea, Dona Maria discovered a new world. A world where plants were not just decorations, but true friends of health. And the best part, everything is right there, at your fingertips. Dona Maria looked at the yard with shining eyes. Look at all the good stuff here. And I only used it to make boldo tea when my stomach hurt. Lucia laughed. Yeah, Grandma. Nature already provides everything. We just need to know how to use it. And that ginger there. Dona Maria pointed to her foot in the corner. Can I make tea for when João gets home from his trip? He always gets sick on the bus. Maybe yes. Grate a small piece, boil it with water and a little honey. It will arrive brand new. Dona Maria sighed. And I thought that only pharmacy medicine would solve the problem. Sometimes it works, Grandma. But there are things that we can treat at home, without spending anything. And this lavender? Dona Maria took a sachet that Lucia had made. Can I leave it in the linen drawer? He can. In addition to smelling good, it will help you sleep better. Wow, how wonderful. Dona Maria pressed the sachet to her chest. I'm going to make one for each room. Lucia laughed. Be careful not to turn into a spa at home. And why not? Dona Maria winked. If it's good for my health, I want it. João arrived later, looking like he had spent the whole way holding his stomach. Mom, do you have any tea for nausea? He asked, throwing his backpack on the couch. Dona Maria already had the cup ready. Here, son. Made with backyard ginger. João took a sip and made a face. What a strong taste. It's good, João. Trust your mother, Lucia said, laughing. He took it all in and sighed. Worse than I'm already feeling better. Dona Maria smiled, proud. It's sore. Nature is wise. That night, while watering the plants, Dona Maria stopped and looked at the sky. Thank you, God, for these little plants and for this smart granddaughter. Lucia came over and gave her a hug. Shall we create a flower bed just with medicinal plants? Let's go. And tomorrow I'll start teaching João too. He'll love it, Lucia laughed. Especially when you discover that you no longer need to spend money on anti-nausea medicine. Dona Maria giggled. Yeah. I think he'll be surprised. And so, between laughter and learning, Dona Maria's backyard became a true garden of health. And the best, everything there, growing with love and care, to help anyone in need. João arrived home the next day with a face of few friends. Mom, I feel like crap. I think I ate something bad for lunch. Dona Maria looked at him and crossed her arms. Sit down, son. I already know what you need. Oh, no. Another weird tea. João grimaced. Lucia entered the kitchen with a handful of green leaves. These ones are peppermint. It will help you. Mint? For what? John grumbled. For nausea, stomach pain, gas. Dona Maria listed while crushing the leaves in a glass. And it freshens your breath. João sighed, but drank it all at once. Worse than I already feel relief, he murmured. Lucia smiled. I said, okay. João raised his hands. You both won. But only because it worked. Dona Maria laughed. Tomorrow we'll show you the new construction site. There are incredible plants there. Like? João asked, suspicious. There's aloe vera for burns, rue for headaches, lemon balm to soothe. Lucia counted on her fingers. And there's even one that looks like a bush, but is great for high blood pressure, Dona Maria added. John scratched his head. I never imagined that the backyard could be a pharmacy. So it is. Lucia jumped with joy. And we are still going to learn more. At the end of the afternoon, the neighbor, Sue Antonio, appeared at the fence. Dona Maria, my legs are really itchy. Don't you have anything there that would help? Dona Maria thought a little. Yes, I do, Mr. Antonio. Wait there. She came back with some purple leaves. This is mastic here. Make some tea and apply it to the itchy spot. Thanks, Dona Maria. Mr. Antonio thanked him, relieved. João looked at his mother and Lucia. Guys, I think we are becoming the neighborhood health center. Dona Maria laughed. Better this way. Everyone helping everyone. And that night, while watering the plants, the three agreed. On the weekend, they would hold a workshop to teach neighbors how to use herbs. After all, good knowledge is to be shared. And Dona Maria's backyard, besides being beautiful, was now a place of healing and friendship. João took a boldo leaf and smelled it. Mom, what's this one good for? For stomach pain, son. And to help the liver too. Lucia touched a plant with yellow flowers. And this one? It looks like a sunflower, but is smaller. It's marigold, Dona Maria explained. Great for bruises and burns. Mr. Antonio returned the next day, this time with his wife. Dona Maria, Maria here has a headache that won't go away. I have a solution, Dona Maria said, picking up a sprig of mint. Make a very strong tea and drink it slowly. Maria sighed. I hope it works. I've tried everything. While they waited for the tea to be ready, Su Antonio looked around. You have every plant here. I've never seen so many things together. John smiled. We are learning little by little. There's even one that helps you sleep. It's lemon balm, Lucia added. Dona Maria served tea. Here, Maria. If it doesn't improve, come back here and we'll try something else. Maria took a sip and grimaced. Wow, what a strong taste. But it works, Mr. Antonio assured. At the weekend, the yard was full of people. Dona Maria and her children prepared a table with separated herbs and handmade posters. This one is the aloe vera, João showed. Cut the leaf and apply the gel to your hair or burns. A girl raised her hand. And for the spine? It also works, Lucia replied. You just can't use it every day, otherwise it dries out. An older man stirred the rosemary leaves. I know that one. My grandmother used it for memory. That's right. Dona Maria confirmed. Make some tea and drink it in the morning. The workshop lasted all afternoon. In the end, everyone took seedlings home. Thank you, Dona Maria, said a neighbor. Now I know what to do when my children get the flu. That's what it's for, Dona Maria replied, happily. When the last person left, João threw himself into the hammock. Wow, Mom, we didn't even have a proper lunch. But it was worth it, Lucia said, lying down on the grass. Dona Maria looked at the yard full of life. Yeah. I think we started something big here. Dona Maria sighed and smiled. Tomorrow we prepare more seedlings. Who knows, maybe it will become a project. João raised his head from the net. Like a community garden? That. Lucia sat down quickly. We teach neighbors how to take care. And they help plant. Dona Maria shook her head. Good idea. But you need space. And water. The vacant lot next door. João pointed. It's full of weeds, but it can be cleaned. I'm going to talk to Su Antonio, Dona Maria said. He's the owner. If he lets us, we'll start. The next day, João and Lucia went to the land. It was big, with a mango tree in the middle and a lot of tall grass. Wow, Lucia murmured. You can plant a lot of things here. João kicked a stone. We just need to convince Mr. Antonio. Dona Maria arrived with a basket of fruit. I already talked to him. He said we clean everything and even divide the herbs. And he agreed. João widened his eyes. Got it. But there is one condition. Which? Lucia asked. He wants us to plant a patch just for Pepper. He loves chili peppers. The three laughed. Closed. John said. Shall we call everyone to help? Of course. Dona Maria replied. The more people, the faster it will be ready. At the weekend, the terrain was already different. Neighbors arrived with hose, buckets, and even an old cart. Come on, guys. Dona Maria shouted. First, we remove the weeds. The girl with the spine, whose name was Clara, sucked up. I brought marigold seeds. My mom said it's good for the skin. Perfect. Lucia took the seeds. Let's make a flower bed just for her. The rosemary man arrived with a watering can. And this one is for memory, right? He blinked. Exactly. Dona Maria laughed. João and two other boys dug a big hole. This is going to be the pepper patch, João announced. Mr. Antonio, the owner of the land, arrived with a straw hat. I brought fertilizer. and some mint seedlings. Thanks, Mr. Antonio. Dona Maria thanked him. At the end of the day, the land already had organized beds. The children ran to water the seedlings. Just look, Clara pointed out. It's already looking beautiful. And useful, the man with rosemary added. Dona Maria looked at everything with pride. Now just take care. And learn more, Lucia added. João took a small hoe. Tomorrow we teach the children how to plant. That's right, Dona Maria said. Whoever plants, reaps. And whoever teaches, never forgets. The sun began to set, but no one wanted to leave. Shall we make some tea? Clara suggested. Good idea. Mr. Antonio picked up a handful of mint. I'll help. As the water heated, everyone sat in a circle. I think we are doing more than just a vegetable garden, João murmured. Yes, Dona Maria replied. It's planting friendship. Lucia smiled. And health. And so, amid laughter and stories, the community garden began to grow. Not only the plants, but also the hopes for a more united neighborhood. The kettle whistled, and the smell of mint filled the air. Clara served the tea in clay mugs, passing one to each person. This is the best medicine, Sue Antonio said, blowing out the smoke. No pharmacy. John laughed. Only if it gives you a headache after hearing your stories, Antonio. Everyone laughed. Dona Maria poked João with her elbow. He's right, you know? Mint calms the stomach and mind. Lucia took a twig of the plant and smelled it. What if we made sachets to sell at the fair? Help those who don't have time to plant. Good. Clara clapped her hands. And we can teach you the recipes too. Boldo tea for digestion, calendula ointment for the skin. And the rosemary? João remembered. My grandmother used it for memory. Mr. Antonio scratched his head. Mine used it for joint pain. But I don't know if it works. Dona Maria patted him on the shoulder. It works, yes. You just need to know how to prepare it. The group was silent for a moment, thinking. Then, Clara broke the mood. Guys, what if we made a book? Like, Grandma's Medicine. A book? João widened his eyes. We don't even know how to write properly. But he knows how to plant and teach, Lucia said. And there are a lot of people who have forgotten these things. Dona Maria nodded. And truth. My granddaughter doesn't even know what chamomile tea is. Mr. Antonio raised his mug. Then it's decided. Let's gather the recipes, take photos of the plants, and who knows? Who knows? João repeated, smiling. We become neighborhood celebrities. Laughter echoed again. The sky was already dark, but no one cared. The moon illuminated the green leaves, and the wind carried the scent of wet earth. Tomorrow we start, Lucia said, getting up. But today we just enjoy it. And so, between sips of tea and simple plans, the night turned into dawn. Plants grew slowly, but ideas sprouted quickly. And the next day, when the sun rose, the neighborhood woke up with something new in the air. It wasn't just the smell of earth, but the taste of a different future. Dona Maria was the first to wake up. The sun had barely risen, but she was already in the kitchen, sorting the herbs she had collected from the yard. Mint leaves, rosemary sprigs, even a handful of lemongrass that grew near the wall. She wrapped everything in a clean cloth and walked out the back door. On the way, he found Sue Antonio watering the rose bushes. Good morning, neighbor, he said, shaking the hose. Are you in a hurry yet? No rush, but an idea, Dona Maria replied, showing the little package. I thought I'd start with the basics. One tea for a headache, another to calm down. Things that everyone knows. Mr. Antonio laughed. And here I thought I was going to have to water the plants alone today. Ah, don't be fooled, she winked. You will have work. I need help finding that rue that grows near the lamppost. The two walked along the sidewalk, talking quietly. John appeared around the corner, yawning. So awake yet? He rubbed his eyes. I haven't even had coffee yet. Coffee is later, Dona Maria said. First, we find the rue. Afterwards, you will see how anise tea works wonders for laziness. John grumbled but followed the two. Lucia arrived a little later, with an old notebook under her arm. Ready, she announced. I already wrote down everything I remembered about Grandma. There's a recipe for guaco syrup, calendula ointment, even something for mosquito bites. And where's the guaco? Mr. Antonio asked. In the vacant lot, near the stream, Lucia pointed out. But you have to be careful. The plant is good, but the place is full of weeds. Then let's go, Joao said, already walking ahead. Before the sun gets too hot. The group continued along the street, avoiding puddles and sleeping puppies. When they reached the ground, they stopped for a moment, looking around. And now? John asked. Now we'll pick it up, Dona Maria replied, kneeling down. But slowly. Plants don't like rushing. And so, between laughs and stumbles, they began. Joao accidentally pulled a branch of guaco and ended up with a leaf on his face. Lucia laughed and wrote down in her notebook, "Harvest carefully, otherwise it will turn into war." Su Antonio found the rue, but almost stepped on a giant ant. Dona Maria just shook her head, smiling. "Okay," she said after a while. "This is enough to start. And what do we do with it?" Joao asked, holding a handful of leaves. "First, wash," Lucia replied. "Then it dries. And then, we see." Mr. Antonio looked at the sky, which was starting to turn bright blue. "What if no one wants to know about these plants?" he asked suddenly. Dona Maria stopped. "Then we'll show you," she said, simply. "Plants cure, but first you need someone who believes." Joao looked at the group, then at the sheets in his hands. "Okay then," he said. "Let's believe." And, without another word, they returned home. The sun was already up, but the day had barely started.